It's the Turkey Legster Zone. Hello, everybody. I'm so glad you're here. Let's have a dance party! Hold on. I want the one with the lyrics. Oh no, it's the first time this has ever happened. Here, we'll do this one. Welcome, you guys.
Log in, take your seat, same time every week. Dean got the screen on go. Pull up slow, let it roll. Friends in the chat tonight, laughing till it feels right. Talking rest, let it breathe. Stay a while with me. Close your eyes, exhale, let the noise turn pale. One voice, one room, one spark. We keep it warm in the dark. The Turkey Legster Zone.
Legster
Welcome in, guys, to the Turkey Legster Zone here on Saturday, the 29th of August, 2026. Welcome in, everyone. How'd you like that dance party? Always a fun time to start out the night. Welcome in, everybody. Is my mic working? My mic should be working. Hold on. This happens. You know it. Hold on. Turkey Legster Zone. Testing. 1, 2, 5. 700,000. Is it working? Do you hear me better now? Thank you. I didn't check the settings, so it was using the computer mic. Welcome in, everyone, in the live chat. Hello. To you watching on the replay, or if you're watching in the background, make sure to come back to the comment section and let me know that you were watching. Would appreciate that very much. Let me scroll all the way up here and say hello to everybody. Dave Stragan was in first. Hello, Dave. Welcome in. Tina McNeil. Hello, Tina, and Chuck as well. Hello to Chuck. Lyle, I am Lyle. Welcome in. Hello, hello, hello. I Heart Disney Robin. Hello, hello, hello. Laura Jam. Welcome in, Laura. Welcome in. Hello. Gloria Thibodeau. Welcome in. Hello. Hello. Turkey Legster Zone. Izzy. Welcome in, Izzy. The Turkey Legster Zone. Hope you're all doing well. You belong right here. For the members, really quickly, I added 2 new emojis. I'll talk about those in a few minutes. R. Johns Richard, hello. Welcome in. Happy weekend to you. Turkey Legster Zone. Turkey Legster Zone. Mom, welcome in from the living room and in the chat. Hello, hello. Turkey Legster Zone. I'm scrolling down to say hi. Do 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 do. Ryan, welcome in. Ryan, welcome in. Turkey Legster Zone. Together, we relax, we stay. Woo! Annie Cook, welcome in, Annie. Oh, long time no chat. No see your name. Hello. Welcome in, and I am scrolled as down as I can. Welcome in, guys. This is going to be a great stream tonight. I've been preparing for this for a couple weeks here. Looking forward to it, and I'm not quite ready to switch into fall decor here on the channel, so I'm going to have a couple of more weeks on my tropical island. Yeah. So then, yes. So tonight, if you saw the thumbnail, I am presenting a little journey through looking at foods, looking at a brief history on foods. So I hope you're ready for that. And there's going to be this week and then next week as well that I've got reserved, and then we will probably move on to other things, but I might revisit the topic in the future as I get other ideas. Ryan says I got my wife some pumpkin spice creamer. Well, good for you. I am not huge on pumpkin spice and like drinks. I'll have a pumpkin spice, like pumpkin, like a muffin or a pancake or something. if it's actually got the pumpkin in it. But it's got to be that, not just something that's got flavors. But anyway, yeah. And I'm going to talk about something pumpkin tonight, actually, as part of the stream. So this is the history of foods, not just the history of food, but the history of foods with an S. And so I've got a bunch prepared tonight. I'll see how long it takes me to get through discussing these. So yeah, now a lot of these were suggested by you guys. I did a stream where I got suggestions. I had a post on my community tab. I'm going to take these off because I can see myself better on the screen. So anyway, all right. So, yeah, is there anything else? I will come back to I am going to have to leave the StreamYard and go to a different tab. And I'm going to be looking at some different things as well, in order to present what I'm presenting. So, I will come back to chat, in every couple of foods. So if my moderators, Gobble Squad, could help greet people and tell everyone, any new people that come in, that I'm not looking at the chat at the moment, but I'll be right back looking at chat. So if you would help me with that. All right, guys, so let's get going without further ado. Let's hear the history of foods. Make sure I click all the right things. There's another song, guys, to listen to. So once I figure this out, I will. Jason Thibodeau, welcome in, Jason. Okay. All right, so it is the Turkey Legster Zone tonight. The history of foods.
Come gather round the table and lend an ear tonight. We're tracing every morsel to find where flavors light. From markets, farms, and kitchens to where the story starts. A bite can hold 100 years and still feel close to heart. So step in time and take a look. Every dish has roots in every book. The history of foods, come take a taste. The history of foods, no crumb goes to waste. Where did it begin? Who made it sing? The history of foods, hear the old world ring. Oh yeah. A sweet became a legend, a soup became a song. A bread traveled miles and miles and kept on going strong. We'll follow every nickname, every spice and every tale, from humble first beginnings to a favorite on the plate. So step in time and take a look. Every dish has roots in every book. The history of foods, come take a taste. The history of foods, no crumb goes to waste. Where did it begin? Who made it sing? The history of foods, hear the old world ring. Oh yeah. From field to fire, each recipe keeps living and climbs a little higher. So bring your appetite and watch the past unfold, a delicious kind of history in every story told. The history of foods, come take a taste. The history of foods, no crumb goes to waste. Where did it begin? Who made it sing? The history of foods, hear the old world ring. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Woohoo! Oh, hold on. Do 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 do. All right, that was the theme song. Hope you guys enjoyed that. First food up tonight, we're talking about the Disney turkey legs. What is the history of the Disney turkey leg? All right, introduced in 1989 at Magic Kingdom's Frontierland, we can thank food executive Dave Jarrett for this food. The massive 1.5-pound Disney turkey leg became an iconic theme park snack. Inspired by fairground food, Disney sells roughly 1.6 to 2 million pounds of the hickory smoked drumsticks annually. So the origins and evolution, 1989 debut. They were first sold at a small food cart near Big Al's coonskin caps in Magic Kingdom's Frontierland. Then there was an expansion. Expanded to all Walt Disney World theme parks by 1994 and later introduced to Disneyland and other global parks. Then there was a cultural phenomenon. Say that with me, folks. A cultural phenomenon. It grew a massive cult following, inspiring themed merchandise and limited time flavors. Why are they so big and taste like ham, you may ask? So, the giant size comes from male tom turkeys, which can weigh up to 50 pounds, rather than the smaller hen turkeys common in grocery stores. And the curing process, the ham-like flavor and pink color come from a salt, brown sugar, and sodium nitrate curing brine used before the meat is slow smoked over hickory wood for 6 hours. 6 hours, guys. There has been an urban legend surrounding this food. The emu myth, for example, is a persistent urban legend claiming the snacks are actually emu legs. This has been repeatedly debunked by Disney and agricultural data. The FDA regulations forbid mislabeling meat, and emu farming output is far too low to support Disney's massive supply chain. And I'm going to add something beyond my official notes here. I've talked about it on the channel. The turkey legs are no longer sold in all 4 parks, and they no longer have turkey leg merch of any significant level. It's been very, very scant. very, very scant over the last couple of years. So that's food number one, Disney's turkey legs. Next, we're going to talk about the Dole Whip at Disney. The iconic Disney Dole Whip was invented in 1983 by food scientist Kathy Westfall, at the Dole Food Company Technical Center. Created as a heat-stable, dairy-free, soft serve mix, It debuted at Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom in 1984 before expanding to Disneyland in 1986. So the origins from 1976 to 1983, Dole began sponsoring Disneyland's Enchanted Tiki Room, initially serving fresh pineapple and juice. In 1983, Dole asked food scientist Kathy Westfall tasked Kathy Westfall with creating a shelf-stable powdered soft serve mix that wouldn't melt instantly in humid Florida and California theme parks. In 1984, originally named Dole Pineapple Whip, the treat officially launched at the Aloha Isle stand in Magic Kingdom's Adventureland. Then there was an expansion and evolution. Oh. In 1986, the treat arrived at Disneyland's Tiki Juice Bar outside the Enchanted Tiki Room. In 1997, due to soaring demand, Dole licensed commercial distribution of the dry mix via Kent Precision Foods Group, making it available to outside vendors, stadiums, and zoos under the name Dole Soft Serve. In 2013, the classic pineapple and orange formulas transitioned to become entirely dairy-free and vegan certified. And then as time has gone on to the modern day, additional fruit flavors such as lime, mango, raspberry, and strawberry expanded across Disney parks and external retailers. Robin, so saltwater, brine them and smoke them over hickory wood. There I am. Hi. Yes. The I Lava float. Yes, and they've come out with other floats and other things. Very nice. Okay. Back behind the curtain. So that was the Dole Whip. Next we have, ice cream. Where did ice cream come from? Ice cream evolved over thousands of years from ancient ice drinks and frozen milk treats into a mass-produced global dessert. Their ancient beginnings. So China from about 200 BCE to 700 CE. Early precursors included mixtures of milk and rice frozen with mountain ice during the Qin and Han dynasties, and camphor-laced buffalo milk drinks during the Tang dynasty. So in Persia, in 400 BCE, people engineered yakshols, which are ancient ice storage structures to keep ice through summer, and made early frozen delicacies like faluda and chilled fruit syrups called sharbat. In Rome and Greece, rulers like Emperor Nero had runners sprint to the mountains to bring back snow, which was then flavored with fruit, honey, and nuts. Then there was a European evolution in luxury status. Luxury, sorry. The Middle East and Italy. Arab cultures enriched traditional sherbets with milk and sugar, paving the way for Italian gelato. And it was a royal treat. In the 17th century, ice cream emerged in elite European circles as an expensive status symbol because it required harvested winter ice and complex prep work. King Charles I and King Charles II famously enjoyed ice cream at royal banquets. And then, as far as in America, founding fathers George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and Dolly Madison served ice cream at high-profile state dinners, helping to popularize the treat in early America. Jefferson even kept a personal vanilla ice cream recipe. Oh. In 1943, Nancy Johnson invented the hand-cranked mechanical ice cream freezer, which drastically cut down churning time and made smoother textures possible. Then in 1851, Jacob Russell opened the first commercial ice cream factory in Baltimore, Maryland, utilizing surplus cream and turning the luxury item into an affordable everyday good. Ice cream sodas were invented in Philadelphia in 1874, and the iconic ice cream cone gained massive popularity at the 1904 St. Louis World's Fair. Mechanical refrigeration in the late 19th and 20th centuries completely removed seasonal harvesting limitations, leading to soft serve, novelties, and global distribution. Yum, yum, yum. Next, the next food we're going to hear the history of is peanut butter. Peanut butter. Peanut butter originated with ancient South American civilizations who ground roasted peanuts into a thick paste. Indigenous peoples in South and Central America crushed peanuts into a paste as early as 1500 BC. Historical accounts note that Aztecs used peanut paste to treat aching gums. That's interesting. In 1884, a Canadian chemist who obtained the first patent for making a peanut paste by milling roasted peanuts. This is Marcellus Gilmore Edison, is a Canadian chemist who obtained the first patent for making a peanut paste by milling roasted peanuts between heated surfaces. Dr. John Harvey Kellogg in 1895, the cereal pioneer, patented a process using boiled peanuts to create an easily digestible protein paste for patients at his sanitarium. Dr. Ambrose Straub in 1903 patented the first machine designed specifically to manufacture peanut butter. The 1904 St. Louis World's Fair, peanut butter was introduced to the general public by concessionaire C.H. Summer, who sold over $705 worth of the treat. In 1922, Joseph Rosefield invented the partial hydrogenation process that kept peanut oil from separating, which extended shelf life and created modern creamy peanut butter. He later launched Skippy. In World Wars One and Two, peanut butter became a staple in in military rations because it was cheap, rich in protein, and stable, which helped popularize the classic peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Speaking of the peanut butter and jelly sandwich, you knew I was going to talk about it. It was the clear segue into it. The peanut butter and jelly sandwich was first officially recorded in a 1901 culinary magazine article by Julia Davis Chandler. Julia Davis Chandler published the earliest known recipe for a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in the Boston Cooking School magazine of Culinary Science and Domestic Economics in 1901. She suggested pairing peanut paste with crab apple jelly. Before 1900, early peanut paste was invented by Dr. Ambrose Straub and popularized by Dr. Harvey Kellogg as a health food and meat substitute. Early versions were served as dainty tea sandwiches with currants, pimentos, or celery in upscale New York tea rooms. The invention of commercial smooth peanut butter brands like Skippy and Peter Pan alongside pre-sliced commercial bread in 1928 made the ingredients affordable and easy to use. The Great Depression. The cheap, shelf-stable, and protein-packed combination became a staple in school lunch boxes and a lifeline for struggling families because it required no refrigeration and didn't spoil easily. Both peanut butter and jelly were added to U.S. military ration kits during World War II, providing soldiers with an easy, high-energy protein source during meat shortages. Returning soldiers brought their love for the sandwich home, and by the 1950s, it became a lunchbox mainstay for children across America. Yum, yum, yum. Any guesses on what I'm going to have for lunch tomorrow? Lyle, that is a very good question. Which came first, creamy peanut butter or crunchy peanut butter? That's a very good question. Very, very good question. All right. Next up, we have the Boston cream pie. Check on something. Okay. Boston cream pie was invented in 1856 by French chef Augustin Francois Anazin, known as Chef Sanzian, at the newly opened Omni Parker House Hotel in Boston. Despite its name, it is a two-layer yellow sponge cake filled with custard and topped with chocolate. In the mid-19th century, people used the words cake and pie interchangeably. Cooks often baked both in the same round tin pans, leading to the dessert's confusing moniker. Chef Sanzian's creation featured French butter sponge cake layers, rich vanilla custard filling, a brush of rum syrup, toasted almonds on the sides, and a rich chocolate fondant or ganache top. The dessert initially appeared on menus as chocolate cream pie or Parker House chocolate cream pie before settling on Boston cream pie. On December 12th of 1996, Massachusetts named the Boston cream pie its official state dessert thanks to a push by local high school students. The Omna Parker House still serves the historic dessert today, staying close to the original 1856 recipe. Mmm. Now we're going to talk about an actual pie. I mentioned pumpkin. Pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie started long ago when early American settlers filled hollowed out pumpkin shells with milk, honey, and spices and baked them in hot ashes. Over time, the simple squash dish changed into the sweet, spiced custard baked inside a pastry crust that we eat for Thanksgiving today. The early roots are native tribes grew squash and pumpkins, teaching early colonists how to use the plentiful orange gourds for food. Early, sorry, Early settlers in the 1600s often lacked wheat flour and proper ovens, so they made crustless versions by baking milk and spices right inside a hollowed out pumpkin. That sounds fun, actually. Explorers brought pumpkins back to Europe, where English and French cooks began putting sliced pumpkin, apples, and savory herbs into pastry crusts. Pumpkin pie was so popular in New England by the early 1700s that the town of Colchester, Connecticut, delayed its Thanksgiving feast for a week when they ran out of molasses to make the pies. Oh no. Amelia Simmons published the first truly American cookbook, American Cookery, in 1796. It featured a recipe for a pumpkin pie that used milk, pumpkin, eggs, molasses, allspice, and ginger in a crust. By the 19th century, granulated sugar replaced molasses, and canned pumpkin made the dessert a fast, easy tradition for autumn holidays. Yum, yum, yum. Hold on. Oh, hold on. All right. Let me see here. Let me just come back to the chat really quickly. Lyle says I got favorite pies during the holidays: pumpkin pie and sweet potato pie. Cool. Tina says I don't like pumpkin spice coffee or anything else except maybe pumpkin roll and pumpkin soup. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, I'll have something pumpkin if it's got pumpkin in it. These pumpkin things that come out that have like flavorings, and you look on the label and it has zero pumpkin in it. Not for me. I want actual pumpkin. Actual pumpkin. Chuck is not a custard fan. Okay, more for me. More for me. Robin loves PB&J, extra PB. You know, if you skip the jelly, you can put extra peanut butter on the sandwich. So, just saying. Just saying. All right, what's next? Another pie? Apple pie! Oh my goodness. Apple pie first started in England in the 14th century, long before it became a famous symbol of American culture. The earliest known recipe for an apple pie was written in 1381 in England in a cookbook called the Forum of Cury. The Forum of Cury, spelled Cury. Early pies used a hard pastry shell called a coffin. This shell acted like a pot to hold the food and was not meant to be eaten. The first pie contained apples, pears, figs, raisins, and saffron, but no sugar because sugar was too rare and expensive. North America only had sour crab apples when European settlers arrived. So colonists brought apple seeds from Europe and planted them across the land. The first printed American recipes for apple pie appeared in the 1796 cookbook American Cookery by Amelia Simmons. I feel like we just heard about that. Did we just hear about that? The phrase as American as apple pie became popular in the 1920s. During World War II, American soldiers told reporters they were fighting for Mom and apple pie, which cemented the dessert as a national symbol. Oh, I could use me some apple pie. Use me some apple pie. I could sure use me apple pie. All right. Next. Twinkies. The Twinkie was invented on April 6th of 1930. Hey, that's my birthday. Not 1930, but April 6th by James Alexander Dewar, a manager for the Continental Baking Company, which later became Hostess in Schiller Park, Illinois. Dewar wanted to find a use for idle factory machines that only made strawberry shortcakes during the brief strawberry season. He injected small golden sponge cakes with a banana-flavored cream filling instead. Dewar named the snack after seeing a billboard for Twinkle Toes shoes. They were originally sold in a pack of 2 for 5 cents, making them an affordable treat during the Great Depression. During World War II, banana imports were strictly rationed. The company switched to a vanilla cream filling, which remained immensely popular and remained the permanent standard flavor. Hostess aggressively marketed Twinkies on children's television programs like Howdy Doody. In 1978, the snack entered legal history during a high-profile San Francisco murder trial when attorneys used a defendant's consumption of junk food to argue diminished capacity. Wow. In 1999, a Twinkie was selected to go into the United States official Millennium Time Capsule. Hostess Brands filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy and temporarily halted Twinkie production on November 15th of 2012, causing nationwide panic buying. Private equity firms bought the company, and Twinkies triumphantly returned to the store shelves on July 15th of 2013. The brand is owned by the J.M. Smucker Company following their acquisition of Hostess Brands. So long live the Twinkies. We come back to the chat. Cheddar cheese with apple pie. Izzy loves apple pie. I cleared something up for Tina. You're welcome. Whatever that was. All right, let's go back here. Where are we on time? 9:15. All right. I might get through all my foods. Okay, guys, what's next? What is next? Cookies! Cookies originated in 17th century AD Persia as small test cakes used by bakers to check oven temperatures before baking large batches. Interesting. Let me take a drink of water, guys. So the beginning here in Persia, bakers dropped tiny amounts of batter into wood-fired ovens to test the heat before adding expensive cakes. That makes sense. People liked the small, crisp bites, leading bakers to add honey, dates, nuts, and spices on purpose. Armies and sailors carried these dry, durable cakes because they resisted spoiling and traveled well. The Muslim conquest of Spain and later trade routes brought these recipes into Europe by the 14th century. The word cookie, the term comes from the Dutch word koekje, which meaning little cake. Brits call them biscuits from the Latin biscottum, meaning twice baked, while Spaniards call them galletas. By the 17th century, small sweet cakes were a popular street food, often eaten with tea or coffee. And then there's a continuing history here, specifically for the chocolate chip cookie. So in the 1930s, Ruth Wakefield ran the Toll House Inn in Massachusetts. She ran out of Baker's chocolate and chopped up a semi-sweet Nestle chocolate bar and added it to cookie dough, expecting it to melt. The chocolate kept its chunks, creating the first chocolate chip cookie. The recipe spread via newspapers and a Betty Crocker radio broadcast in the late 1930s. Woo! Very interesting. Interesting indeed. Popcorn! Popcorn is an ancient snack that originated in the Americas over 6,000 years ago. Maize, which is another name for corn, was first grown in southern Mexico around 9,000 years ago from a wild grass called teosinte. 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 The oldest known popped corn cobs date back about 6,700 years to northern Peru. Indigenous groups and the Aztecs used popcorn not just for food, but also for headdresses, necklaces, and religious ceremonies. Early American settlers learned to grow corn from Native Americans and popped kernels in iron kettles over open hearths. Some even ate it with milk and sugar like a breakfast cereal. The first commercial sales in the United States began in the 1820s. In 1885, Charles Cretors, spelled Cretors, invented the first steam-powered popcorn maker, allowing street vendors to sell fresh popcorn from mobile carts. Early movie theaters wanted a high-class image and banned patrons from bringing in snacks like popcorn. However, during the Great Depression, as the economy struggled, movie tickets remained cheap and people wanted affordable luxuries. Street vendors sold popcorn outside theaters. Theater owners soon realized selling popcorn brought in massive profits, and that saved many theaters from going out of business. During World War II, sugar shortages cut candy production, so Americans ate 3 times as much popcorn as before. Woohoo! Popcorn sales dipped in the 1950s when families stayed home to watch television. General Mills received the first patent for a microwave popcorn bag in 1981, causing consumption to jump again. So you might say it popped. Pop, pop, pop. Let's see here. Timothy, welcome in. Oh, you can't see me. Hello, Timothy. Welcome in. Great to have you. Hope you're having a great weekend. All right. What is next, guys? What is next? Hush puppies. Hush puppies are deep fried cornmeal based savory balls that originated as a traditional southern U.S. side dish. Hold on. Okay. That originated as a traditional southern U.S. side dish, closely tied to fish fries and outdoor cooking. The foundational ingredient, ground corn, was cultivated and introduced to Southern cuisine by Native American tribes like the Cherokee, Chickasaw, and Choctaw. Traditional batter mixes cornmeal, flour, eggs, buttermilk, salt, baking soda, and onions, which is then dropped by spoonfuls into hot oil. By the mid-20th century, pre-made mixes like Thompson's Fireside Hush Puppy Mix popularized the treat nationwide, eventually being produced by companies like House Autry Mills. The legend of the name. Popular folklore claims that hunters, fishermen, or Confederate soldiers tossed fried cornmeal cakes to barking dogs while saying, "Hush, puppies," to quiet them. And that's the story I've always heard. Alternative theories. Other unverified stories attribute the name to Ursuline nuns in 18th century New Orleans, or cooking traditions involving salamanders called mud puppies. The phrase hush puppy actually predates the food in America, having been used in 18th century England to mean covering something up or silencing someone. Oh, interesting. Almost sounds like a bribe. But anyway, very interesting there. Alrighty, what's next, guys? Hot dogs! The modern hot dog. The modern hot dog evolved from ancient sausages brought to America by German immigrants in the 19th century. Sausages date back nearly 4,000 years with references in ancient Mesopotamian texts and Homer's Odyssey. Two cities claim the sausage. Frankfurt, Germany, claims the Frankfurter was made in 1484, while Vienna claims the Wienerwurst. German immigrants brought the sausages to New York City in the 1860s, selling them from pushcarts as Dachshund sausages with rolls and sauerkraut. In 1867, German immigrant Charles Feltman opened the first Coney Island hot dog stand, serving sausages in a long roll so beachgoers could eat easily without plates. In 1916, Pol- in 1916, Polish immigrant Nathan Handwerker opened a rival stand on Coney Island selling hot dogs for 5 cents, half the price of his competitors. The term dog was linked to sausages in the 1800s due to ongoing rumors that cheap sausage makers used dog meat. Oh. The phrase hot dog appeared in print in college papers during the 1890s, such as the Yale Record in 1895, describing vendors outside dorms. A popular legend claims sports cartoonist Tad Dorgan coined the term in 1901 after seeing a vendor sell barking dachshund sausages, but historians have found no record of that specific cartoon. Interesting. Very interesting. All right, I think we are almost at the hour mark. And I've been talking a lot tonight, so I think we are going to go ahead and I'm going to have that be part one of the history of foods. So I'm stopping at hot dog, and I got some more foods that I have ready to go, and then next week I'll finish those, and I'm going to get some more foods. I have some more on my list, and I'm sure I'll dream up some more foods as I go. If you would like to, um, if you'd like to suggest some foods, come back to the comments after the stream, and I will do those. But you have to come back to the stream. I'm not going to write it down from the live chat as I'm live right now, or you can direct message me and suggest something. But anyway, so that is going to do it for part one of the history of foods. Very interesting facts there, and I need to credit Google Gemini for that informational summaries. And I'm sure if you prompted some different things about those foods, and actually maybe did research in all of the articles, you might get other tidbits of information and maybe a more like complete history. But this was just kind of an overview history, kind of seeing where these things came from and kind of a general idea where they came from. So All right, guys. So I want to thank all of you watching, and I'd like to thank the members of my channel, and I would like to do a member shout out because I have not um, done that in a little while. And while I'm finding that, I do want to remind everyone, members, I am doing a members only stream next Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Um, and how I'm going to do that is if you're a member, you will need to look on the community tab of my channel where it's got, the channel has live and videos and shorts. Look at the, not the membership one, but you want to look at the posts is what you want to look at. The posts on or community. I think it's either community or posts, and it's going to be on that page. I'm going to have a brand new post I'm going to put up Saturday morning. So look for that, and that'll be the the link to the members only stream next Saturday at 7 p.m. And then, of course, we'll have a regular Turkey Legster Zone, part 2 of the foods, history of foods. Um, at 8. Here we go. All right. Thank you to my members, the members of my Gobble crew. Whether you joined through joining or were a recipient of a gifted membership, I thank you for being a member. You're very important here on the channel. So, I have got in order, actually, let me go to the oldest, the first joined to the most recent. Starting with Kay Wilby, Tina McNeil, Dave Stragand, Angie C., Debbie Burnfield, The Hitchhiking Bones, Jason Thibodeau, Gloria Thibodeau, C. Bankroll, that's my mom, thank you, Mom, Surfer Girl, Cherie, Richard Arjons, Mike Beachman, Murray's Adventures, Magic Adventures, Magic with Matthew, Mark Langenkamp, Julie McCowan, The Real Brits of Florida, Ross and Found, Old Key West 94, Kim and Bruce, Zippity Doo Dog, John Corndog, I Am Lyle, Elliot Feld, I Heart Disney, Little Mermaid Fan, Jeanette Camp, that's, I believe that is Sebastian the Crab, if I remember right. Just a different account. And Izzy, and Jonathan Chong. Happily Ever Divine, hello, welcome in. I am actually getting ready to sign off, but great to see you in the chat this evening. Hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful weekend. So thank you all to members for joining the channel. I very much appreciate that. And I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, I did add 2 new emojis to for the members. So there's 2 additional emojis there. Have a great night. I just got to the airport heading home from Disney. Oh wow, okay. Well, have a safe travel. I hope you had a fun and magical time at Disney. Speaking of Disney, speaking of being at Disney, guys, coming up on the channel, tomorrow night, right here, I'll be right here again on my tropical island. I'm going to be reading stories. It's going to be Once Upon a Turkey Leg. That's at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then on Monday morning, I am going to be at Epcot. I think I'm going live at 9:30, 9:15, 9:30 to check out the Food and Wine Festival that just started this past couple of days ago on Thursday. So I'm going to be there in the morning and we're going to walk around and see what they have. And I'll stay live long enough to, I might actually push that out to 10. No, maybe I'll 9:30. I think I'm going to make it 9:30 for that stream, and then I will get one of the foods nearby where I'm streaming to try on the stream, since it is the Food and Wine Festival. So that'll be Monday morning, and then Thursday evening I will be back at Disney for Hollywood Studios in the evening. I'll be live at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, weather permitting, and I'm going to be having a stroll around Hollywood Studios, taking in the evening ambiance, and hopefully we are able to catch the show on the front of the Chinese theater, the wonders or the magic of animation. So that's this week, and then of course next weekend, all the streams there. So yeah. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you to my moderators, my Gobble squad. Thank you so much for helping me with the chat and the channel. Appreciate it very much. Have a gobble-tastic day, guys. Take care, and I'll see you next time, right here on the Turkey Legster Zone.